Now this section of a Mexican grocery store is really bewildering because you have everything from the dried chilies to some dried fish and shrimp. You've got all kinds of herbs, dried herbs, both medicinal and culinary. And I look at this stuff and have for years, and it's taken me a long time to actually decipher what all is here and what I can easily use. But this is the one thing that I want to show you here, and that's avocado leaves. Don't walk past these because they're super delicious. Now, most people wouldn't know what to do with them. I'm going to show you what I think is the easiest and best way to get the flavor, but the flavor is a little bit of a cross between, let's say, a bay leaf and some anise. Okay, so it's got that little anisey overtones, but a lot of herbal character to it. And in Oaxaca, it is the flavor. Let me show you how to use it. In Oaxaca, the avocado leaves are almost always toasted. You'll find them broken a lot of times in the bags, so pick out the equivalent of about 6 of them right away in this hot pan. I can smell them, so I'm going to kind of turn them and lightly toast them. It won't take really much more than a minute or so for them, depending on the heat that you're working with. But man, I'm getting the aroma already here. Wow, and they're already starting to brown a little bit too. So those are going to go right into a blender jar. And then I'm going to use the same pan to toast a couple of árbol chilies. This will give a little spice to these beans. You can put it in, leave it out, or even put more of it in if you want them to be really spicy. These two will take about a minute to toast. I'm sauteing a half an onion and 4 big cloves of garlic in some bacon fat. You could use oil here. Once they get brown, they go into the blender jar as well, leaving behind as much of that fat as possible. Use bacon fat. It'll just make everything taste so much better. Then we'll put the pan back on the fire, but turn it off. Add 2 cans of black beans to the blender jar. And then everything gets blended until it is completely smooth. That'll take a couple of minutes. Reheat the fat that's left in the pan here, then scrape in the bean puree and cook it until it's the consistency of soft mashed potatoes. A couple of teaspoons of salt is what these beans are going to need. Stir that in. They've gotten to the perfect consistency now, that sort of soft mashed potato consistency. Now, smear a little of these beans on a crispy tostada or a tlayuda from Oaxaca, or just fold them into a corn tortilla and put a little bit of Oaxacan string cheese over the top and a little salsa. That's really, really good eating. If you're motivated to do mole, this is the perfect accompaniment. Enjoy your Oaxacan black beans.